Sleep. Hi, Star. How are you this evening? Anybody that's in, go ahead and share us out. As soon as the Baron's done doing his usual pokiness, he'll be in. Hi, Becker. We'll see how long it takes him this time.
I'm quick.
No, you're not.
Very quick.
Slow. Slow-mo.
Ah,
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
super fast.
Nope. Still not here, are you?
Oh, I'm here.
Nope.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here, but you're not here.
But all the magic's done over here.
Nope. You're insulting the viewers. The magic is here. Can everybody hear us okay? Trying to make sure I don't have any like weird double voice going on. We've got a new camera set up again.
Yep, we're trying this one out tonight. We'll see how this one goes. We had to scrap the mic. The mic was not working again. So I don't know why we're having problems with that. I think it's reading too many mics, you know, between that camera, the stuff on here, the external mic. So still a work in progress for that, but
We'll get our shit together eventually.
yeah, it'll get put together soon.
Who knows when, but at some
We
point.
want to make it just perfect for
Yep.
you, the viewing audience.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how'd your day go today?
Slow.
Slow day?
Slow
Okay.
day.
All right. It was slow in the shop today.
It was.
Yep. It was slow in the building. The whole building was slow. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. Is it cold out? Maybe it's cold.
Maybe.
People
I
in
don't know.
Lansing don't like cold weather, so they just kind of stay inside.
I don't like cold weather.
I don't like cold weather.
We need to
Oh,
move down by some of our friends down there.
Yeah, definitely. So, how's the crowd looking? Big crowd tonight.
Big crowd. Don't know.
crowd.
It keeps giving me this stupid
One-
FPS rate thing. And I don't know if I changed it. So
No.
so we might be in trouble.
Don't be
there.
messing things up now.
I know it, right? No, I
Don't be messing
can't.
things up.
It says I cannot change it while I'm in.
Ah, okay. So she can't mess it up. That's a good thing.
Nope. Can't.
That's a good thing.
Definitely can't.
Share it out. Share it out. Let's get some people in here.
Right?
Excuse me. Where's my water?
I don't know. I never drink it. You know, I have it right here for me, and then I just never take a drink. 'Cause
I
forget.
got to because I talk so damn much. I get parched.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Yeah, I can see it now, Becker. I have to keep pushing these buttons so that it'll let me see that part. But thanks for the update.
updates are good. Updates are good.
Right? Especially when you start sidetracked and you're like not sure where to go.
Well, we got a really good show here tonight. Really good shoe. We got a great shoe tonight. Good show tonight. A local a local favorite. He's definitely a local favorite. He's been around here for many years. So we'll introduce him shortly. But a great voice.
Yes.
I wish I had a voice like he does. I don't think I've got a voice that translates like he does. Because when he comes on, you know who it is right off the bat. You know who it is. So we'll have him on here in a few minutes. We'll do some updates on some upcoming shows.
Hi, Dakota.
We'll talk about the Scurry Face SAS competition. We got a stake in that this year, so we'll talk about that and get people pumped up.
We do.
So, and what's tough, we got friends in there now, you know.
Yes.
So it's tough, you know. So
It is, but, you know.
that's okay.
It's okay. I mean, you know, even Sewer, you know, is going to have his own
Oh yeah.
competition.
He doesn't know what to do with Rainbow Twitch. He
I
just
know
doesn't. He just he'd almost vote for Rainbow over himself. But,
Right, probably.
but we won't let him. Sorry, Rainbow, but he just
Right,
he'll damage himself in spite of himself.
probably. But he doesn't know any better, so.
Yeah, that's very true. So we got enough people in here to get things rolling, or
Aw, thank you. What?
you know, enough people to get things rolling, or
Get rolling, man. Just
Just
get
get rolling?
rolling. You
Just get
can't get
rolling?
rolling until you get rolling.
can't get rolling until we get rolling. All right, so we're gonna get rolling. I don't know how many of you are in here because I can't freaking see because I'm blind as a bat.
You don't need to know.
No,
It's
I
all
don't.
good.
I don't. What's tough with this is, again, I don't have a screen over here where I'm supposed to be looking. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
you
just down
keep
here.
wanting to look here,
Yeah, I
which is
keep
where
wanting to look
I'm
down here.
looking.
Well, when you're as beautiful as I am, you want to
Oh my
look at
gosh.
yourself.
See, Dakota, that is not why I did not tell him what you said.
What she said.
I'm not telling you.
I'll look at the replay on it tonight.
Right.
Oh, and I did want to say because
Yes, and penis.
Oh no. I did want to say the last show we did, and it happened so much when I watched the review. A lot of your comments will not show up here, but it'll show up when we watch it later in the night to do notes and whatnot. So don't be discouraged if we don't see your comment, because a lot of times we're not seeing it here till after the show. It's not even rolling up there. And then on the other side of that, I was paying attention to that show when we were live, and you were talking to people that I never saw when I replayed it. Yeah, I was like, where was that comment? Because you responded to a specific
Do you pay
person.
attention to how much you make the camera zoom in and out
Oh, am I doing that
and
again?
focus? Yeah.
I'm supposed to stay more still. Our production manager said, stay more still. Quit flopping around because you're freaking the camera out.
Right. It gets blurry and then we're clear. It gets
Yeah.
blurry and then we're clear.
I'm very hyper. I'm a very hyper person.
Ah.
So don't be discouraged if you ask a question and we don't answer it. One, because she's not looking at the screen at that time and misses it, or it's not popping up at that time. So feel free to ask
going.
it again. Yeah,
Yep.
keep asking. Hopefully we catch it. We do like to interact with our audience. So
Yes.
with that being said, without further ado, and without using my hands again because I'm doing it and I'm sure
You
I'm
are
freaking the
doing it,
camera
so
out.
stop it.
Let's bring on the voice that, well, he's retired now. He's retired from the industry as a whole.
Not really retired.
Okay, so not really retired,
Hi, Jen.
but how I know him and how I always loved him from WMMQ, the classic rock station, and we'll talk about that because there's some importance with that, isn't there? Yes, there is. Duran Martinez. Woo!
Right?
One of these days I'm getting an applause
Right.
machine.
We're going to have a button that
Or-
you just push.
I was thinking a live audience show.
Oh,
That'd be
there you
sweet.
go. That'd be fun.
You wedge in here.
Again, do
Yeah.
some drawings and...
So, Duran, how you
Sure.
doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thanks, you guys, for having me on.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, so Duran Martinez, he's been the voice of Lansing for how many years?
It'll be 30 next year.
30 next
Oddly
year.
enough, yeah,
Okay.
30.
Long time. Long time.
Look at You keep saying long time. You are not helping matters any.
Well, when you get old as us, everything's a long time. Nothing's short time anymore. You know? It's like,
Exactly.
when you get to this age, it's just everything you've done has been a long time.
It comes down to remember when, or when I was able to, or
When I was your age.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly how it happens.
So how does one know they have a voice for radio? How does
But
that happen?
it wasn't mine. I can tell you that honestly. I go back to 1994 when I started at then 92.7 WMNQ, which was the first classic rock station in the nation.
Right.
It started in 1985 with somebody that came up, hey, let's call it this, and they started playing all the stuff that, you know, Top 40 radio had buried, everybody had buried it, and, you know, we're going to call it this, we're going to call it classic rock, and it was all of the album rock we knew from the 60s and 70s. Because look, we were heavy with hair metal around 85.
Yep, big time.
Metal was a big scoop of everything, and all the classic rock bands that truly were the beginning of all that were kind of left behind. So they came up with classic rock. It was located over on Mount Hope by Mount Hope Monument. That's when I was there. Before
I
that,
remember that station.
it was in the Logan, across from Logan Square. It was on Logan,
Oh.
which is now MLK. But and then they were in Charlotte prior to even that.
Oh, really?
But I started there in 1994, and I didn't sound like this.
Really?
No, honestly,
So age created the voice, is what you're saying.
basically stealing from every other cool jock that I work with and knew. How I changed inflection and everything, literally changed my voice.
Okay.
And even in studio one time, my longtime friend and coworker Deb Hart, I played her,
Love
some audio from '94. I said, "Who's this?" She sat there. I have no idea. And when I told her it was me, she couldn't believe it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was
So you would literally train your voice
as I worked.
as you
Yeah.
worked. Okay, okay. So how does one get into...
Hang on, we have a question.
Oh, we got a question. And feel free to shoot those questions.
So
in.
Jason Heinrich asks, did they play more B-sides back then, or was it just the hits?
Oh no. We did a lot of stuff that, you know, radio. Gosh, anymore. Don't get me started on that, Jason. Thanks. No, we played a lot of B-side stuff. And you know, we had deep cuts and we had complete album sides or complete albums. You know, this is, mind you, I only played vinyl once in 30 years of radio.
No?
But it was all carts that looked like 8 tracks and CD prior to digital. But we would play like an album at midnight or something for like an hour and a half, 2
Okay.
hours. But we played a lot of stuff that people knew it, but people now wouldn't know it.
Right.
Because it's been so saturated by groups that come in and, you know, they do these tests and what do you recognize? So everybody complains about on air is the stuff they picked. So
Right. You can't
our
bitch
fault.
about it. Yeah,
Right.
you can't bitch about it, folks. Y'all set that in motion. So, you know what I find pretty cool. You know, again, I'm an old school guy. Love classic rock. You know, our neighbor right down the hall here. You know, a vinyl
Right.
shop.
Sure.
All albums, all vinyl. You know, that's all she does over there. She's got some turntables and stuff like that. But so we get a lot of people and a lot of young kids that are coming in buying the vinyl, the old vinyl.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That's
Our
made a
son
comeback.
included.
Yeah, our son is really
Sin
into the
says
vinyl.
they always love I always love listening to the CB radio.
The CD radio?
CB.
Oh, the CD radio. Well, yeah, of course, Sin.
You'll get Sin's humor here. as
10,
we
Right.
go.
10-4, buddy.
good old Citizens Band. Don't be a ratchet jaw and talk too much.
Right. Exactly. So,
Well, quick question.
Yes.
I wanted to...
See, now I'll forget.
Hold that in your thought. DJ or radio personality.
Oh,
what do you
DJ.
prefer?
Disc
DJ?
jockey.
Okay, awesome.
I-
I was hoping you'd say that.
I hate radio personality.
Right.
I mean, because the term DJ has been taken over by,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, but we're DJs,
Yes.
What was that?
disc jockeys.
Yeah.
No offense to them. I'm not
Right.
being old guy grumpy.
Right.
But
Right.
but no, we're the guys that, you know, had all the hits with
Hi,
the
Rainbow.
hot stacks of wax from the platters that matter. Those were the guys that were real disc jockeys, and
Yes.
we just kind of come along after the fact.
Right.
I hate radio personality because
Yeah, I do too. Just
yeah,
you don't have to get rid of everything that
don't have
is
to make it
traditional and everything. Everybody just, it has to have a new take. It has to have new. No,
Right.
a DJ.
We
You're
just
a
call each other
DJ.
jocks.
Jocks.
We're just
Yeah.
jocks.
Jocks.
Which is,
Jocks.
you know, so I'm not.
You can
Right.
go back to your question. That
Well,
you
now
probably
I gotta
forgot.
say, Sin said breaker 19, and Jason says nothing beats the snap crackle pop of vinyl.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep,
The
absolutely.
thing is, too, there's so much stuff on vinyl that is lost in digital translation. Because I mean, there's stuff there that's supposed to be there, the sounds that are supposed to be there, that you lose when they clean it up on
Right.
the digital. So that's why that warm, inviting sound of vinyl is so important.
I love it.
And for the first time ever, it's outsold every other form of music, CDs and digital.
Oh,
and everything
right now?
else. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's
I
why.
love
It's so
that.
that's why places like that can exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does really well.
And Metallica just bought into a vinyl pressing plant themselves.
Oh.
Jack White's got one in Nashville called Third Man Records. Of course, he's from Detroit.
Yep.
But Metallica just bought into one themselves, so they
Awesome.
can press their own vinyl.
I
That's
love
crazy.
that. I love that it's it's growing. It's growing. Just love it.
Yes.
Just love
And
it.
if anybody has any questions that's in here, go ahead and throw them out. But what I was going to say is use a little bit of your radio voice like you would have on the radio. Just kind of
Like
say something that you might have said on the radio, but in your radio voice.
you know, that's really funny when you're put on the spot
She put him on the spot.
because
That's what I do.
It's one of those things you don't think about.
Yeah.
You know, you just grabbing out of air. My wife would be in studio with me. She's like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "Do what?" Right. What did I just do? She's like, "You just come up with something and it just comes out because I don't know, 30 years of this, it just happens."
Introduced like you were going. You had that.
Introduce us.
No, well, that program you did, like right at noon, where it was.
Perfect album side.
Yes, perfect album side.
Sure.
No pressure.
Perfect album side at Voodoo's Curiosities Out of Teaks. I'm Duran Martinez. Going to kick off a long set with music from Alice Cooper. School's Out on whatever station I'm supposed to be on because I'm not affiliated with anyone anymore. Well, not in that way. I'm not doing classic rock anymore.
Right.
I host an outdoors radio show called Wild Michigan, which
Yes.
is all hunting and fishing. So technically, I still do radio.
Yep.
And there's no such thing as retirement from radio, unless you're somebody like Tim Stout that has millions and can retire.
Right.
From but he hasn't done that yet either because
Right. He's still out there.
I mean, we worked in Lansing. We worked with guys like Jack Robbins, Jim Stone, that were just local legends. Stout's been around for 50 years.
Yeah.
On TV and he's on the radio show for 20. I'm not going to guess how long he's done it, but I think I've been doing radio longer than Tim has.
Wow. Yeah, he's got. I mean, I remember him when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
On TV, the sports and all that. Yeah, he's been around forever. All right, here's another one.
Well, what is Rainbow? What you talking about? See, when they type stuff, sometimes I don't know if I'm missing something, or if they're just talking to each other.
Yeah, it could be talking to each other.
Well,
what
she
is
just-
Rainbow?
She's like, you just need a bit more practice. Then I can volunteer some people help with that. What does that mean? That's what I said. Am I missing something? I must be missing something. I just Prudy.
Hey, we got that envelope out today, right? The envelope for Just Prudy and Jackal.
Yes.
Yes. Here's another on-the-spot thing.
Sure.
Now, being in the industry that you've been in forever, There's got to be that
There's
one.
that thing again. Forever.
Forever. I'm just going to hammer
Comes
it
with the
home.
territory. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
All right.
So you've probably interviewed lots of musicians,
Oh, yeah.
performers. Who's the coolest one you say, I remember this was cool?
Can it be like an ongoing thing?
Yeah.
By far, because there are some that are so cool in every different aspect.
Sure.
The Michigan guys to me are always the most fun because this is home for them.
Right.
You know, Nugent I've dealt with, Ted Nugent I've dealt with quite a bit. Alice Cooper I've dealt with quite a bit. We interviewed him. I've interviewed him numerous times, but the longest on-air interview I got to do with him was at the old haunted house down Jackson area. When they had that one.
Yeah.
They brought him in for the haunted house.
Okay.
And that was great. Alice Cooper's great.
Thank you, Jackal and Just Prudy got 50 stars.
Nice. But I would say my personal favorite is Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad because Mark and I met about 17, 18 years ago through somebody, a caller that had called me, and I was going on about, you know, this is a great show. I saw the newer Foreigner at the Fowlerville Fair, and somebody says, well, you know, you didn't see the real show, real Foreigner. I'm like, no, I think I did pretty good.
Right.
You know, she's like, no, Mark Farner was there. I'm like, oh, that's a different story.
Right.
She's like, oh, if you'd like to talk to him, you know, I can introduce you. And I'm like, sure. Because you're friends with, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you get that. You get, oh, I know so-and-so.
Right.
And then they have no clue.
No.
But she introduced me. She had Mark. She goes, oh, I'll call the hotline tomorrow at noon. Okay, fine. Mark calls the hotline the next day at noon. I interviewed him. They invite me down to Toledo for a show to meet Mark. And what was really funny about that is a fan had given me the Grand Funk We're an American Band album, which was the gold clear plastic album.
Right.
And he said, can you have it signed? And, yeah, absolutely, have it signed. Well, this guy looks at me. I'm standing next to him in line. He goes, yeah, I played on that album. Here I go again.
Oh, sure,
yeah, sure,
buddy.
Sure. So we get up to the line to meet Mark. All of a sudden, this guy, Mark, just comes right around, grabs this guy. It was Craig Frost, who was the keyboard player for a time with Grand Funk, who is in the Silver Bullet Band and everything else.
God.
I looked, I'm like, I am so sorry I didn't recognize. And so we just had a laugh about that, and I met Mark. And then Mark and I just really kind of hit it off, and we've been friends. I would say more family for the past 16, 17 years.
Sure you are.
Then,
Sure you are, yeah.
I've got
Sure you are.
pictures. No, but and he is just.
I just had to, though.
No, that's completely expected. But he's been.
Hi, Charles.
He's been fantastic. I mean, just great. But there's so many. Eddie Money was always cool. You know, and so many have passed in the past couple of years. We just lost Gary Rosington from Leonard Skinner, who I've interviewed and met a bunch of times. Was actually on stage with them at the Jackson County Fair when weather started coming in. And I was hanging out with Huey Thomason, who used to be with the Outlaws. Mm-hmm. He was playing guitar for Leonard Skinner at the time. All of a sudden, this big flash and this big boom. I said, what was that? He's like, lightning just hit the stage, dude. We're out of here. So we kind of laughed ahead of the announcement.
Yeah.
And then they announced that they were canceling the show, but they would do it the next night.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, yeah, it was, I mean, there's been a lot of cool people.
I can imagine.
A lot of weird things, too.
Okay, well, let's follow up with that since you brought it up. Let's go with, what's the behind-the-scenes trash that we don't get to see or hear or be involved with?
Things you don't want to see.
Well, I don't know. With our audience,
Yeah,
I think.
All right, there might be a few of
think.
you out there that wouldn't mind, but I had a 4-hour live broadcast at the Turtle Lake Resort in southern Michigan, which is a nudist camp. I'm
Okay.
all about do what you dig,
Yep.
you know, you be you.
One of my favorite sayings.
When I got to be there, I'm going to be me, which is with jorts and a polo shirt at that time.
There's no free ball in it.
Right.
No, that was the most overdressed individual in the whole place.
Hey.
It was 95 degrees with tons of humidity, and everybody that was naked that shouldn't have been, God bless you, you were.
Ooh.
And the things you see
Yeah.
when you don't, movement out of the corner of your eye, how, your peripheral vision, oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like, stop walking.
I dropped my wallet.
Right,
Right.
yeah. People, you're on stage trying to make an announcement. There's some guy laying here like this.
Oh.
Like that. Oh, you're a lefty.
Hey.
Guys will get that.
Yeah.
Hi, Tana.
Kentucky Headhunters were there, and those guys are hilarious. Great musicians. We hung out with them.
So this was a concert.
This is
Were
a
everybody out in the-
3-day event
So they're out
outside.
jamming to the bands in the buff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it was so hot. Just you can only strip so far to stay cool.
Yeah.
Right. And Sin, you lie. He says overdressed. I wear as little clothes as possible, if any at all.
Lie.
But yeah, yes. When he comes here, he's all
Right.
there.
Well, what was really funny too is as I went back to the van, I'll get to the Headhunters in a second. Went back to the van, and since we're like a really R-rated show,
Right.
I could just let the theater of their mind
Oh,
go
absolutely.
with this. Here comes this guy. He had to be about 5'10", and please forgive me when I describe this. He was about an inch shy of bouncing off of each kneecap.
Oh. Okay.
He's like, all right.
All right. I mean, I understand that 100%.
And he just walks by me, and here comes my promotions director. And he gets in the van just as this guy's going. I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad he didn't see that, because it would have been relentless. He'd have stopped the guy to talk to him or something.
Oh my god. That's
He
too
comes in,
funny.
oh buddy, it's hot, and we're like, yeah, I got the air on, trying to. Well, here comes said guy again with 2 plates of food and a half dozen donuts.
Oh my goodness.
First thing out of Keith's mouth, did you see that? Oh, yeah, here it is. I almost lost consciousness. I was laughing so hard. He goes, there goes the loneliest guy in the place. Ain't no guy going to stand next to him.
No, hell no. Nope.
All right.
You shy away from that and go find somebody else to stand next to for sure.
And just so you know, like you say, trying not to offend me, my entire nightstand is full of penises.
Oh,
well, there's that. Okay.
oh.
You know, and then of course Sin says, "Excuse me, last time I was there, I had my penis out."
Yes.
So
They.
I started it.
Yeah.
I did.
No. There's people in this group. You know who you are.
You people.
That torment me. Yeah, you people that torment me.
that love me.
Over the penis thing, because ever since she never had that stuff, but ever since they found out that I cringe around that.
Yeah.
I've got this penis fear thing. So now whenever they come to visit or they come on the show or we see them at a convention, oh, Cindy, look what I got you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and pass it right in front of my face, right to her. And it could be like a big penis pillow. It could be a lamp.
I do. I have a body
penis
pillow
lamp.
that is a penis.
A lamp. A
A
penis
lamp.
lamp.
I'll have to show you my nightstand when we're done.
He
And I
does-
got more than that
He
now.
does not want to see
No,
that.
I'm good.
You do. You want to see it. I've got a squeaky penis that Sicken and Scurvy gave me, plus a couple other little ones that they gave me.
The awkward drink of water.
And see, so when you were worried about like saying something.
Right.
Okay, now you know. Can't
No.
make anything make me blush.
All right, so we've had like the coolest, the
Mm-hmm.
weirdest. Who was a pain in the ass? Who was just a flat out pain in the ass to
Oh,
deal
man.
with?
I really, I mean, there are some people that think that they were still that rock star, type thing.
Yeah.
And you never speak ill of the dead no matter what. And
Right.
I'm not speaking ill. But Dave Lubeck from Molly Hatchet was playing in a Southern Rock All-Stars band at a very small bar in Charlotte. They were here for a couple days. Dave and I were hanging out. I took him down to Elderly Instruments in Old Town. And, of course, I take him into Elderly. My buddy Frog knows exactly who he is.
Right.
I couldn't pick this guy out of a lineup. So I take him, we go to Cheddar's for lunch. Dave's like, just bring us a bunch of this, bring that, bring us this food. I'm like, you buying, Dave? He's like, thought you were. I'm like, cheeseburger.
From the kids' meal.
Yeah, from the kids' meal. For this guy. But, they're not at that pinnacle.
Right.
And if they acted like that then, I can't imagine.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine?
But he was still really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
But just kind of that little.
But that's that one time that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm a disc jockey. I don't make a lot of money, and your money, is gone because you spent it all. And
Yeah.
I only had 1.5 hit records. And
Well, and I think that's the problem I have with like some celebrities is when they're on their high horse like that, where not the saying he was, but it's like they want, and then you wouldn't have what you have if you didn't have the people that you're coming to see.
That's exactly it.
And it just irritates me that they do that. I get it. You got to make something, because some of the even like B movie people and stuff like that, they didn't, make a ton on what their movies did, but
they're making it at the conventions.
they're making it at the conventions,
Big
but
time.
they're
More
also
than their movie career.
But they're also asking for so much.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Just look, in the realm of entertainment, radio is like at the bottom. You know, and the minute you understand that, the better things are going to be. It's just, I don't care what market you're in, what you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Right.
There's somebody in market 125 that's better than you are, but
Yeah.
it just hasn't been noticed.
Right.
But what's funny, it's like, you say that, it's, at the bottom down here, but everybody's hearing you day in and day out locally.
Yeah.
Locally. I mean, on a national stage, unless you got a syndicated show.
Which I do.
Yeah.
But
Right.
that was complete sarcasm. I mean, it's syndicated throughout the state, but trust me, man.
Still syndicated.
It's
Exactly.
like when I deal with the guys in the outdoor industry, the hunting and fishing guys, there are guys that make a ton of money in this industry, but outside of this industry, they walk out that front door, nobody knows them.
Yeah.
Because not everybody hunts, not everybody
Yeah.
fishes, not everybody watches outdoors TV.
Yeah. So how'd you get involved with your show, the Outdoors?
I was helping a friend on another show on WJR in Detroit, and I had this harebrained idea, well, gee, I can do this on my own. So I went up to my boss at the time, and I said, hey, if you want to do an outdoor show here, I could do it. He's like, okay, comes back to me a few days later. This has been my life in radio. It's a couple days later.
Right.
Put that together, and you're on in a week. What?
Right.
What I know could fill like a thimble, maybe.
Oh.
I just realized that I didn't know anything about what I thought I knew.
Right.
So first thing I did is start making phone calls. Who can I have on the show? Who can I talk to? Ask questions to that everyone else has, but is afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Since I've been doing what I've been doing for so long, it was easy to reach out to people. Show one, guest one was Ted Nugent. It was supposed to be Mark, but Mark was busy, so Mark
Right.
was on show too. And then we've just had people from the industry or people from that hunt and fish for a living, having them on talking about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it just really makes for a fun show because I've used it to my advantage, learning. I mean, by the first show, I hadn't harvested a deer ever.
Right.
By the time that year, but that couple months in, I was shooting a bow. I took my first deer with a bow, and everything with the exception of the elk I took in Michigan in 2013, which is
Right.
a whole other nightmare of a story. But it worked out really well.
Oh, Sin.
I've been lucky,
Yeah.
just
He's-
to learn.
He's that if I knew what I thought I knew, then I would know more than I think I know.
Yeah,
And you still don't know, Sam. You still
Right.
don't.
Still don't know. And I think it's Louise. I always get those two confused.
Louise?
And
Louis and Louise.
Oh.
There's an E on the end.
It's Louise.
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 Okay, then that's
Or is
Louise.
it Luis?
Oh, it could be Louise.
L-U-I-Z.
I don't know.
Either way,
That should be my disclaimer at the beginning of the show that if I hack your name, I apologize. And I'm just gonna go with it. So whatever I call you is what you get
that's
called.
what you get.
Exactly.
That's what you get.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's what I'm gonna do. Put that on the top of the board. Do the disclaimer. I hack everybody's name.
Right, that's all right.
What did you do?
Live with Duran your whole life. Duran.
Durand. Yeah, Durand.
You know, yeah.
Mine's just always Jennifer with one N.
Right.
That's what I have to say all the time.
With one N.
With one N. I gotta say that because they will instantly.
Two N's.
So for any of you guys that have just tuned in, missed the first part of the show, we have with us Duran Martinez, local legend. I'm going to call you a local legend.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna
Look at
reach
you
that
now.
far
Tough one to
up.
live up to.
Yeah. Now you got to really set your standards really high.
Now you got to do a whole nother 30 years.
North Lansing against the world, I'm going to say that.
There you go.
Right.
I'm OG North Sider.
With
Right.
a DJ with the original classic rock station
Right.
in the country, the first one.
It's a great distinction to have too.
It
because
is.
when you talk with these, like I was talking to. Yeah, I hate name dropping, but you know it's who I was talking to. Burton Cummings, formerly of the Guess Who, was doing a show in Lansing at the Common Ground thing.
No, yeah.
And I asked him, "What do you think of classic rock in the term?" He's like, "Man, it has given all of us a second career."
Yeah, I bet.
Because they were getting, when radio left them behind,
Yep.
they weren't oldies, and they weren't, nobody was listening to Top 40 on AM anymore.
Right.
And the rock stations just weren't playing them.
Yeah.
This whole new format was a new format, but it was of old music, and everybody wanted to hear all these guys and see all these guys. So the reunion tours happened.
Yeah.
And we go on and on about that. And real quickly back to coolest. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Okay.
my coolest.
We got another one.
one-time encounter. I was doing racing interviews for the IRL at Jackson at the Michigan International Speedway. Gene Simmons evidently was a VP of marketing
Okay. I
for
remember.
the IRL at that time.
Yep. I remember that.
My buddy Jason and I were walking around in the garage area, and he says, "Isn't that Gene Simmons?" I said, "Yeah." Let's go talk to him. So I introduce myself. This is what I do. Mind if we get pictures? Sure. Jason, picture.
All right.
Duran, picture. He's like, "Mind if I put on my shades?" Sure, Gene. Well, I mean, that Gene voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." So he puts on his sunglasses. All of a sudden, here comes the obligatory arm around the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
But it keeps going. It comes up underneath my face and does. So that's my picture with Gene Simmons.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's him, me, and his hand. And I thought to myself, the places that hand has been,
Ooh.
in a good way, or do I disinfect now?
Yeah.
But knowing he's been with Shannon Tweed for
Yeah.
ever and a day,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's honestly probably been fairly good.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was super, super cool. I mean, I could go on.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, he was probably the most interesting moment ever.
Yeah. I mean that. To have somebody like that.
I mean,
Kiss
you grow
Gene
up with
Simmons.
Kiss. I mean, we all.
Oh God.
I mean, the makeup just
Yeah.
never leaves you.
Nope.
But right. But no, I mean, man, they were who we all wanted to be.
Oh, yeah.
In 1978, 77. Just.
I didn't.
Well, yeah, you were.
She was just she was a baby then.
Yeah.
Right.
She was a
didn't
little
know that.
baby. Yeah, we still get to this day because the record lounge over here, our neighbor, people coming in with their Kiss Army jean jackets.
Yep.
I'll still see them pop in here, their patch or so. Yeah, Kiss, man, what a powerhouse.
Yeah.
that was and still is.
Yeah, it was at their reunion tour at the kickoff show in Tiger Stadium years ago. That was great. Another great show.
Right.
Nothing to say. This is so weird too about being on the interviewed side.
I was going to ask you, how does that feel to be on the other side?
Don't like talking about me. Be perfectly honest with you.
It's got to be difficult.
It is. I have a
gotta be
speaking
difficult.
engagement on Saturday up in
Right.
Gaylord. You know, I'm talking to 200 deer farmers. You know,
Right.
about hunting, and I'm like, look, you guys, you know, your yearlings bring bigger rags than I'll ever see in a lifetime. But you know, what are you talking about? You just talk about what you talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's, you know, even like this, it's not, yeah, you may be talking about yourself, but we're just,
Yeah. I mean,
Chilling.
you guys. Let me turn the tables on you guys, because this is
This'll be our first.
your show.
Right.
But collectively, I mean, the store's been here how long?
1 year and 3 months.
Okay. And this I mean, this had to be more. I mean, obviously there's a passion behind it.
Yes.
As to what you guys do, what you guys collect and whatnot. But to bring that, I mean, that's got to be one of those things. It's like, okay, how do we just start a store and say this is what we do? Because the general public usually, I mean, there's some curiosity there, as it
Yes.
says, but you are always going to get the people that, why are you selling this?
Yeah.
Why do you have that?
People
You know,
actually
it's
buy
the
this
same
type of thing?
Crap.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, to me, educating people is the greatest thing in the world
Yes.
about what they don't understand and
Yes.
are afraid of.
And that's exactly what this shop is. Everything from the things we sell, the oddities, the curiosities, most things in there have a story, and we love to tell the stories, especially me because I'm a jibber jabber. So educating the people on the oddities, but on the voodoo side, you know, being voodoo practitioners, which people have no concept of all.
Right.
they,
You know,
the
it's-
first thing they think of is movies.
Yeah. Well, and evil and all that, but you
Yeah.
know, we are traditional New Orleans voodoo, which is really very separate from Haitian voodoo, African voodoo. It derives from that, but it's totally different. So, which we won't go into, but educating them on that. And then we always joked around about, we felt for the longest time our shop was more of a museum. We would just be busy as hell with people coming in, taking pictures, and didn't buy anything and leave. And like, wow, why didn't we make any money in the last 2 hours when we were like busy as shit? So that's we started which is off camera here. You can't see that we started the museum. We're actually building a museum on paranormal and kind of a deaf museum. I don't like to call it a deaf museum, but that's what they're all called now. But a mortuary science
Sure.
And
museum.
paranormal.
So we're building that for people that, you know, have those curiosities, and you know, we can educate on all these different things, and so, you know, it's exciting, and you know,
It is, and you know, the shop, you know, we're still gonna get those people that come in there, and it's like a novelty thing. It's, you know, for them, it's not something they're gonna buy for their house, but
Right.
they want to come in and see it,
Yep.
even if it's the museum or the shop. I mean,
and then they say, well, you know, my sister or my friend or my cousin loves this stuff. I'm going to tell them about it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we're going to treat them just as well as any other customer. Whether you know,
and we'll
people
tell
always-
the stories,
Yep.
whatever we got.
People want to take pictures. You know, you go into a lot of curiosities, oddity shops. They won't let you take pictures.
Oh, see, no, that's
Yeah, and I'm like, why?
how do you educate your
Exactly.
the random the people that like to, you know, the people like to peer in through the window.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
and it's advertising.
It's
They
free
post
advertising.
that. Now what?
Post it. And people
You know,
say, where'd you see that?
Exactly. Or they can tag us.
Tag us? Yeah, absolutely. Tag us.
And what I find really cool about this shop, and of course I made this like you guys here for just a minute, is with what I do for more of my money, the buying and selling. I you know, the pick and flip. I've been
Yes.
doing antiques my whole life.
Right.
Buying and selling with now with Michigan Pick and Flip.
Right, just stay away from my oddities.
Yeah.
No.
They bang.
If anything,
We go on picks
I
together.
have brain you things.
Sometimes you show me stuff and I'm like, really? And then you won't give it up.
I'm learning how to let go.
Good.
Okay, you have a lot of the stuff that I bought
Yes.
that you now own, but I mean, you know,
One of them is on the altar.
right?
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest
That was
pieces
cool.
ever.
And it took you how long
It took me a
to part
while.
with it?
Just because it was that cool, it was handmade, you know. But
But now look, it's
right,
being
it's
seen.
that's the whole thing too. Is I love the American Pickers, but I hate what they've done.
Oh,
to
yeah, me too.
What has happened to the industry, because now all of a sudden everybody thinks they have gold. and
Yes.
it's
Yes.
not. But you know, I have come across things that cross lanes, if you will. I jump out of my lane into your lane, and have done it, but now I have a place to
Oh yeah.
really sell it.
Yep.
Look, the post-mortem photos,
Yes.
the baby, the baby PM photos.
Yep.
Historically, that was the only photo you were ever going to get of that child.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that was the time to take it in that pristine state. And, but, I mean, there are things, too, that pictures were taken at the time that you didn't find to be weird.
Yeah.
Or records of things that happened, and all this stuff, I love finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we.
Selling it's a little easier now.
Yeah.
Now that I have an outlet.
Right.
But I get this look every time. What'd you
Oh,
bring?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How much is going to cost me?
Miss Cindy's quite frugal.
Right. Well, that's okay.
I got bills.
She's a businesswoman.
Right. But, it's to me, it's just, I love the history behind it. Like
Yeah,
you guys, I love the
I
history
do too.
behind what we do. And yeah, man, I love sharing those stories. I mean, like the
Right.
music thing. I feel like I'm boring people talking about the music thing.
Right.
Just
Eh.
because I've done it.
People love music.
But that's
do.
okay. I mean, now they're
Yeah.
getting, something else that you are doing.
Right.
You know.
And it does, like I said, it kind of jumps lanes, which is cool because I've always had a fascination for this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And, to be able to bring it to someplace that gets more visible. I may not be here to see the reaction, but
Yeah.
at least
Well,
it's
see, and
on.
that's like when you're out, you should be like clicking. Do you want this? Because
I'm
you're
just gonna
out
buy
there.
it. I'm just going to buy it and go, look what I got.
Yeah, exactly. Like dangling it.
Yeah.
Look what I got. Look what I got. You can't have
Cindy,
it.
do you want it?
Yeah.
Yes, I want it. You
No.
can't have it.
You've done that a couple
Oh.
times.
You have
By
it
the
now.
way,
You have it
So,
now.
if you wanted to find Duran and his Michigan pick and flips, you're on Facebook.
It's MI pick
Yeah.
and flip.
Yep, MI pick and flip.
well,
Or you
here we
look
can
for-
probably take it.
Yeah,
Look
she's
for
good
a
tech.
Wild Michigan Outdoors radio show. Either one of those.
Yep.
I'm really not hard to find. Google
This one right
Yeah.
here.
MI pick and flip. Yeah.
There you go.
It's got me when a yellow Stroh's hat.
Well, why didn't it? Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Takes it a minute.
You want your other one on there too?
No,
I don't think I'm friends on that one.
That's okay.
Or following.
But no, see, I got to do what I do now, which is nice. I enjoy talking about everybody else.
Right.
Distraction.
After all those years
Yes.
of being on the other side, I
So
can see
long
where
ago.
you got into your comfort mode there by
Yeah, it is. And
interviewing us.
you guys too, because it allows you to speak without thinking.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No, we do that all the time.
That's a lie.
So see,
Ask my wife.
it just goes.
Now we got some. Well, actually, I wanted to bring somebody else on the show. Do you guys mind? A special guest. We have another special
Special
As long
guest.
as you don't take up room, I don't want to move.
Right, you don't
No,
have to
you
go
don't have
anywhere.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys have things coming. I know you're going to talk about things coming up, but I keep looking at the board, like it's my notes. Or something.
No, it's
Right,
unforgetful.
right.
Those are-
But what's cool
Your
about-
favorite person's in here, William, and he says you don't think.
Wow.
Oh, this
doesn't think?
this is an ongoing thing, and he deserves it because when William was on our show, he left us with sewer. And I don't know if you watched
I didn't see that
show.
one.
No, this whole floor was a mess. It was all over my computer. It was a mess, a complete mess.
So this is my new friend.
Oh, patient says zombie.
It's Zombie. So our one of our best customers. I mean, she and her boyfriend they're in here every Thursday, but their days off changed, so now it's probably gonna be every Wednesday. They brought me this beautiful because they knew I wanted a ball python. She says, "Well, I just happen to have one that
Right?
needs a home." So we've got them. Let me go up here so
Yeah.
people can
See, William says sewer, jizz, and spit everywhere.
So everybody meet Zombie. He's our sweet little boy.
Oh, see, he had an ulterior motive as to why he didn't take him home.
No, I just didn't want to drive all the way home and come back.
Right.
But plus, I wanted to spend time with them. I didn't want to just get them and then take them home and then come back and not see them. So,
Kids are like that.
yeah.
Right.
He's very tired. He literally went right back to
No,
sleep.
patience says, ha ha ha, it will be Thursday.
Oh, it is going to be Thursday still? Okay. So this Wednesday was just a one-off.
Yeah.
All right. But either way, thank you so much. I love him to death. I just love him. He's just so sweet.
When mine gets bigger, I'll bring my new friend.
Loco. Yeah.
Loco.
Nice.
Well, we
He's
got
a
some cool
bearded
shows
dragon.
coming up.
You do. And the tie-in to your next guest, I was at that place for 3.5 years.
Were you?
And actually, that was probably the time that I really, my radio career really started.
Okay.
Oh, Sarah Marie Martinez says, hi, Duran.
Hi, babe. Love you.
We're abusing him.
Yes.
Right. No.
Making him talk about himself.
And if you heard me say that, ask my wife, it's true. I've developed a filter since I've met you.
He's been very clean tonight. Very clean.
Right.
We gave him open opportunity.
Kind of boring of me, isn't it?
Yeah, so our next guest that'll be on, and I didn't plan this way to have two DJs back to back. It just worked out that way.
Right.
So on April 5th, we got Scary Terry from Q106, local rock station.
Sure.
Good station. I like it. I do like that station.
Yeah, you bounce from that one.
Huh?
He bounces.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, between the two. I like my classic. I love Godsmack.
Yeah.
You ever
Oh,
meet
yeah.
them guys?
No, I haven't. I haven't. A lot of the newer bands I haven't met.
Yeah.
Hi, Amber.
You know, some of them just kind of when they were like, you know, little guys.
Right.
You'd meet them and you didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, not that I didn't think anything of them. They were very nice, but
Yeah.
but never met Godsmack.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so we got Scary Terry coming on April 5th. And then, now this is cool. We don't have the date. It's going to be in April. It's going to be probably around the 20th, 21st. It'll be probably, it won't be a Wednesday night show, more than likely. It'll probably be a Thursday night or maybe a Friday night. But Lolly Tops. How about that?
You know, it's rather funny bring this up. Honey, turn the channel.
Yeah, turn the channel. That's
already-
kind of what I wanted to.
You already know. It's funny you said you got Miss Nude World coming.
Yes.
I'm like, you know, it's really funny because before I got into radio, this is what's so strange. There was a place in Lansing at the corner of Logan and Jolly, back to Logan again. Big blue building called Cinema X.
Yes. I
Well,
remember.
they had converted to a new place called Deja Vu.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And they needed bouncers. So I went to work there.
Duran
as
the
one of the
bouncer.
very first bouncers that they had 30-some years ago,
Way back
Long
then.
time ago.
which they then said, hey, would you like to be a DJ? So I started spinning records in the DJ booth at that place.
That's how you
That
became.
place.
That's what actually kind of led into, although I'm not going to say discovered, but I was singing with at open mic night at the old Bishop Inn with my friends in Showdown. And somebody asked me if I've ever done radio. I said, no, I've got friends that do it. Well, come on down. We could use some part-timers. You know, you have no fear of a microphone. Sure. 2 days later,
Wow.
would you like to work in radio? Sure.
And
That's
the rest is history.
That's
Right.
it, man.
Well, I think he was going to tell me that's how he met his wife.
no.
Oh!
So that's why I was like, where's he
Although
going with it?
I did meet my wife at a radio remote or a snowmobile giveaway we were doing for WMMQ. We were giving away a James Bond snowmobile.
Ooh.
And her mom had actually won the snowmobile but wasn't there. And I met her there, but didn't meet her again until several years later
Really?
on the Facebook.
Oh,
On the
good old Facebook,
Right.
see? So, yeah, Lolly Tots, she's the former Miss Nude World, will be in the studio live, probably around April 20th, 21st. We're still working that out, but that's going to be a fun show.
Right. What the heck is
Oh!
your little note
well,
under it?
Well, it's not just going to be Lolly Tots.
Oh, okay, there we go. That sounds like, what is the note under
She's
there?
she put together a what do you call it? An adult circus performance is what she's doing right now. So Pervy the Clown will be here as well.
Nice.
Pervy the Clown with Lollytops will be here.
Sometime around the 20th of April.
Yes.
That will be posted once we
Yeah,
get
once
that.
we got, I just talked to her
I was
today.
going to say
and
nail
she's-
that down.
Right.
She's working on that date as we speak, so we just talked today. So, but then April 26th, our friends from Spencer's Events, they put on a wonderful show down in the Ann Arbor area that we've been going to the last couple of years now. Halfway to Halloween.
Yep.
They're the promoters and manufacturers of that wonderful vendor show. Everything cool, everything interesting, and it's just a fun show. You know, it's just they do a really good job with that, and we enjoy going to that. And they're nice people.
Yes.
So we'll have them here live on April 26th, May 3rd.
Well, we will not be live the 19th.
No, which is a normal,
Our normal
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So because we've got a lot of shows in April. Because we'll probably go live at some point during this Saturday for Haunting in Reeltown.
Yep.
That's another event that we do an event once a month, or try to anyways. So Haunting in Reeltown, we'll probably go live throughout the day sometime. Probably not so much in the evening because we're doing a ghost hunt here.
Ah.
Yeah.
We are, and people that come in can sign up for the drawing, and we will draw around 5 p.m. The hunt will definitely the paranormal investigation won't start until later, and you can actually enter twice if you go down to Screamatorium and Dead Time Book Stories and enter there as well.
Yeah. So you could win a chance to be a part of the ghost investigation crew.
Yes.
And it's
We
gonna
will
happen that
have
night.
Sicken and Scurvy.
Yep.
We will have our tarot readers, Demonicos, and
The
a bone thrower.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So that's this Saturday, so we'll probably go live. But then on May 3rd, we've got one of the people that we've met in our shop. She was really shy.
Yeah.
I mean, she stands out because she does like FX makeup.
Oh.
Really cool. And she never goes out without it. You know, that we've seen. When she goes out in public, she's putting it on. And it's just beautiful. She does beautiful work on her face. Well, apparently she's an artist as well, and we carry some of her stuff in her shop.
Nice.
And so we're going to have her on the show. She's, like I said, she started out really quiet, but now that she's gotten to know us, she chats it up. So we'll
She
have her on the
does.
show.
And I think one of the things that helped was the day she came in and brought some of her stuff for us to put out. She was wearing a T-shirt, and I looked at her T-shirt, and I went, because I had my sweater, and I went, and we had the same
In this moment.
in this moment.
Yeah,
Not
concert
the same
shirt.
exact shirt, but we had in this moment T-shirts on.
Yeah.
So she lit up on that. She was
Nice.
like, "Oh, you're wearing the same thing," which is cool, you know, that she's into that.
He is just so content.
He is. He is. William wants to know if you've recovered from your nipple shortening surgery.
William. And nobody on that show we did, when I came back that following week, nobody knew,
Anything.
according to William, why the Baron wasn't on the show that week. 'Cause
And a few of them were anal bleaching,
Ah.
the nipple shortening, and
something to do with the damn penis.
You know, that word's like moist.
Yeah.
You hear it, there's somebody that's
Yep.
going to be uncomfortable about
Yep.
that word
And that's me.
all day.
That's me.
yeah, none of that
And
bothers
speaking of
me.
not being on the show that week, our good friend Sewer was on the show, but we just want to remind everybody that Sewer is still in the running for the Scurry Face Scream Actor, or Scream. Screencraft Studio.
Yeah, right.
Scare Actor Spectacular, the SAS. He has moved on to round 3 because of all of y'all out there voting for him. Great help from our good friend Sin Mile, Rotten Crew down south, our own Sewer, fanatics that we have, and our shop fanatics, and so he's still in the running. He probably won't come up to his next grouping probably for another 2 or 3 weeks because they're still on round 2. This week is the last week for round 2, so voting's going on for them. So go out and vote for our friend Rainbow Twitch. Go to scurryface.com and Group B, Rainbow Twitch.
Yes. And with that as well, Sin Mile is
Yes.
in a contest, a cosplay contest as well.
Yep.
And go vote for him. There is a link on my page and on his.
Yep.
And you can vote once a day for him as well. It's completely separate from the
Yeah.
SAS.
Two totally different. One's a haunt
Contests.
actors competition. The other one's a scare actors competition. 2 totally different things. But
No,
do
you just
go
said
out.
the same thing. Didn't he just say the same thing?
No,
Me either.
no, I don't think I did. 2 totally different things. A haunt actor competition, a cosplay.
Okay, well, that's not what you said.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I think I did.
I was
screw
going to say,
that
no,
up.
you did not.
But I think y'all know what I
No,
mean.
you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
So go out and vote. You know, like I said, this week from now till Sunday, once a day on all your devices for Rainbow Twitch
Yep.
at scurryface.com, and then find the link for the cosplay competition for our good friend Sin Mile, and get both of them to move forward in these competitions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to see some of the stuff that he tries to steal from me all the time, go to his Michigan Pick and Flip.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow, I didn't see
Wow.
that bust coming.
And William says, Baron fucked up. What a shot.
Oh yeah, big surprise.
So see, there's the
Fuck
language we were
you.
talking about.
No, we're good.
Oh, that's right. See, it's supposed to be puck. Yep,
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, William.
We had a new person that came in and watched us, and their handle basically was puck you.
Ah,
Fuck you.
So we've from then on.
It's kind of a thing now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are about that time. So
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys, man. It was great, and love talking about me.
Oh yeah, he's
you're
very vain.
Yeah. Look at me. But no, it's been great. I mean, the past year or whatever it's been that we've gotten in here, coming to know you, and and it's fun, and it's given me something else to look for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something else, more knowledge about what you guys do
Yep.
and what I do, that really brings more stuff out to the public.
Yeah.
And gives me more time to nerd out about other stuff.
Exactly. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
nerding out.
Nerding
out.
Nerding out.
it is.
So, but thanks everybody for coming out, spending some time with us. We will be back, like I said, on Saturday throughout the day for some impromptu live feeds during the haunting in Rio Town. If you are local, come on down to Rio Town, just south of downtown Lansing on Washington Avenue. You could hit the Rio Town Marketplace where our shop is, and the other shops that a lot of things will be going on here. But then also go down and visit our good friend Jen down at Dead Time Booksellers, bookstore I should say, and the Screamatorium. Very cool shops
Yep.
that she has. So
Yep.
come out this weekend and come visit us.
And hey to Scary Terry. We've never met, man, but I think I've heard you before.
Yeah. It'll be fun having him on. He was at the haunt that we work with, Awaken Haunted Attraction. He went through there, and we got to see him go through there. And
It's
We
nice
were
to know
busy
that there's
working.
still live disc jockeys on
yeah,
locally.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not going to get started on that one. It's time to go.
yeah.
Got a thing.
You got a thing.
So thanks everybody for coming out. We'll see you soon. See you this Saturday, then see you in a couple weeks after that on our live show. So take care, everybody. And yes, the snake is sleeping. So
Right. And as always, creep it real.
keep it real.
We'll just stand here and look.